Welcome to Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki, and today we're talking about paint.
A blogger friend of ours, Betsy Smith over at Happily Ever After, etc., has just written the ebook, and we got an advanced copy and has so many great tips and tricks, and we want to try out a couple today.
Betsy works as the paint lady at her local paint store, and she has customers that come in all the time asking basically the same questions. So she decided to put all the answers to those questions in one easy-to-reference ebook.
Betsy's ebook, Inside the Paint Can, Beginner's Tips and Tricks for Interior Painting.
One of those tips was oil paint versus latex paint. A while back, I painted these wrought iron chairs. These are vintage from the 1950s, and as you can see, the chair is chipping terribly. And when I decided I wanted to repaint these and repaint the table, I thought, I wonder if that is oil-based paint. That's the original finish, and that's why the paint's not sticking. Betsy gives a great tip on how to determine if you have latex paint or oil-based paint. And once you know which it is, that determines the kind of prep you use.
So that's what we're going to try today. Her tip is to use a latex paint remover, put it on the surface, and if the paint comes off, then that's latex paint. If it doesn't, it's oil-based. So we're going to try that right now.
First, we're going to try it on a piece that we know that it's latex, just so you can see what it looks like. Just pour a little bit on your cloth and wipe it on. Definitely latex.
So now we're going to do the test on this table to determine whether it's oil or latex paint. So what's the verdict?
Well, it has black on it. I don't know whether that's dirt or that's paint, but it looks like it probably is paint, and it probably is a latex surface. But it's a slick surface, so it needs really the same kind of prep that you would do if it's an oil-based paint. So what we're going to do is really clean this piece up really well and dry it. And then we're going to sand off these rusty parts that are flaking, and then use a rust transformer to take care of the rust that's on it. And then we will use a oil-based universal primer, and then we'll finish up with our spray paint as our top coat.
As Mom mentioned, we're going to use an oil-based primer today. This is actually a bonding primer. We learned about that in Betsy's book as well. This is great for slick surfaces, just like this metal we're using, and this will help our final coat adhere better to our surface. So we're going to try that out today. Let's get started. First, we clean the table with Crud Cutter to remove the dirt. In the ebook, Betsy mentions that before painting, you need to clean, dull, and dry the surface. This is key to your paint sticking to the surface. Next, we washed off all the cleaner and cleaned the top of the table. Now we dulled the surface with some light sanding. We cleaned it again and waited for it to dry. Since this table has been outside, it has some rust. Next, we're going to use the Rust Reformer spray paint, which instantly converts rust to a protectable paintable surface. After letting that dry, we moved on to the oil-based bonding primer. Oil-based primers are universal, meaning your final coat can be oil or latex base. After that dried, we use oil rubbed bronze spray paint to finish. And lastly, the top to this table is a piece of cultured stone. We wanted to give it a fresh look, so we used a floor patch and smoothing compound to give it a textured look and feel. This is a great first step in Mom's patio transformation. Betsy's book is full of even more tips and tricks, from how to make your own chalk paint to the most popular paint colors for homeowners.
One of the colors she gives is the most perfect neutral gray, and if you're looking for that for your interior, then you need to check out her book. And also she gives these great tips for how to cut in when you're painting, and you know what, after reading that, I think I've been doing it wrong all these years.
If you want to read all of this and more, check out Betsy's book in the link below. And as always, for more how-to videos, visit motherdaughterprojects.com. Betsy's book has a lot of great tips and tricks, from how to make your own chalk paint to the most popular paint colors for homeowners.
You said it again.
No, I didn't. I said paint colors.
Oh, paint colors.